Welcome to podcast recorded live at the Center for Spiritual Living in Portland, Oregon. We have many resources available for our online audience on our website at csoportland.org. Our mission is to open hearts, ignite minds, and make a difference. If you'd like to support our center and its video podcast, you can donate online at csoportland.org. Allow us to become part of your extended spiritual community. Wherever you are on your spiritual journey, you are most welcome at the Center for Spiritual Living. For more information, visit csoportland.org.
Good morning. How's everybody doing? Good? Yeah. We're going to sing our opening song. It's called I Am One with the Spirit of Love. So if you are able and willing, stand up. And it's in your program on the pink sheet, bright pink. This is a call and response, so I'll sing the call and then they will sing the response, so follow them. I am one with the Spirit of love.
I am one with the Spirit of love.
I am one with the Spirit of love. I open my heart, I open my eyes.
I open my heart, I open my eyes.
I let love be my guide.
I let love
Let's do that
be my
again.
guide.
I am one with the Spirit of love.
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 I open my heart, I open my eyes.
I open my heart, I open my eyes.
I let love be my guide.
I let love be my guide.
Joy, I am one with the Spirit of joy.
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 I open my heart, I open my eyes.
I open my heart, I open my eyes.
I let joy be my guide.
I let joy
Let's do that
be my
again.
guide.
I am one with the Spirit of joy.
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 I open my heart, I open my eyes.
I open my heart, I open my eyes.
I let joy be my guide.
I let joy be my guide.
Peace, I am one with the Spirit of peace.
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 I open my heart, I open my eyes.
I open my heart, I open my eyes.
I let peace be my guide.
I let peace be my guide.
I am one with the Spirit of peace.
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 I open my heart, I open my eyes.
I open my heart, I open my eyes.
I let peace be my guide.
I let peace be my
Love,
guide.
I am one with the Spirit of love.
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 I open my heart, I open my eyes.
I open my heart, I open my eyes.
I let love be my guide.
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 good, bright, beautiful, sunny morning to you, Portland. I'm going to enjoy every moment of sun we can get, because now that I've been here over a year, I know what's coming. I'm Reverend Bridget McCann. I'm the spiritual director here at the Portland Center for Spiritual Living. My pronouns are she and her. We are a place where everyone is welcome. Everyone is welcome here. Regardless of whatever path you've walked up to this point, whatever affiliations you may have had, whatever mistakes we've all made in our lives, we are all welcome here. And this container and in this community, that's about love and acceptance and knowing that God's peace and God's love and God's abundance and God's joy is meant for all people. Yeah, that's what we're about here. So we're going to get right into it, and I'm going to turn this over to licensed practitioner Catherine. She's going to share some announcements and then lead us in a time of prayer and silence. Thank you, Catherine.
Thank you, Reverend Bridget. And a happy October. Everybody changing out your wardrobe? Hi, I am Catherine Richer. My pronouns are she, her, and I serve as a licensed practitioner here. And it's my joy, my honor to welcome you here today and to be here. A special welcome to anyone who may be here for the first time in person or in our virtual community space. We have welcome packets in the back of the sanctuary that look like this if you're here in person. And the same information in the packet is available for our global community on our fabulous website at cslportland.org. Both of them contain information about who we are, what we stand for, and how we might serve you. On our website, you can sign up for informational weekly emails, register for classes, and receive a free gift on your birthday. Anybody have a birthday? Okay, sign up for a free gift because it's a free session with a licensed practitioner. What a birthday gift. And great way to start your new year. So just a quick reminder, if you haven't already turned off your cell phones, your Apple Watches, your whatever things might beep, please silence them, for we can be fully present here. As I go into the announcements, just to let you know, everything I'm talking about is on Pacific time. We are on the beautiful Oregon state. Wednesday is our meditation, hosted by practitioner Sandy Labeled, and it's called Our Wilderness and the Wilderness.
No, that's wrong. That was the one we just had.
That was the one we just had. Who's doing the meditation on Wednesday? Kathy Batten is doing the meditation. Thank you. And we'll update the website. It's in your flyer, I'll bet. I'll just refer you to the flyer for the rest of the announcements. No, just kidding. We do have a town hall meeting. Information is in your flyer. That's coming up the last Sunday of October, the 26th here, in person and on Zoom. Love to have you here. And then for education, we have a wonderful class called Journey of the Soul. And you know, if you're thirsting to connect with spiritually minded people in a meaningful way outside of Sundays and other ways that you do that, you can register online for this class that's virtual, and it combines principles and techniques from spiritual psychology with the power of the science of mind philosophy. So you can explore and express your authentic self. There are no prerequisites. They begin on October 9th, which is this Thursday. So Thursday for 6 weeks. Again, you can sign up for that online. We have one spot open for the women's retreat that is happening at Camp Cedar Ridge, October 17th through 19th. Registration is online, and you will be glad that you did. We have another opportunity to connect with spiritually minded people in community with science and spiritual living, the practices. So we talk a lot about spiritual living here. And this gets into what practices help us in spiritual living. How do we deepen these practices? How do we freshen them up or even see them with new eyes? This will be a 3-part series. There's a flyer in the leaflet. Starting November 2nd, where Reverend Bridget will bring her Sunday messages in November really to life. And so each opportunity, each workshop is an opportunity to explore and really embody that spiritual practice. So it's not just intellectual, you really get to feel that experience. That's what embodiment is. You get to feel it. So you can join one of these or all 3. It's up to you. And it's free. You do need to register online, where you'll find more information. So today, licensed practitioners Sylvia Miller and Annette Bolster are serving on High Watch. This means that they are holding a sacred, prayerful container of consciousness in the sanctuary and for our spiritual community participating virtually. So today, our special music features Alexis Walker. A lot of us know Alexis here. Welcome, Alexis. She is a powerful and soulful soloist, recording artist, piano and voice teacher, and choral singer. You may have heard her sing with the Portland Interfaith Gospel Choir that she co-directs. So we're so grateful that you're here, along with our stellar Friends Band and our wondrous community singers. So grateful for the gift of music and the vibrational support that it provides for our service. It's an integral part of our services. Today's message, From Limitations to Expansiveness, is by our own senior minister and spiritual leader, Reverend Bridget McCann. Yay! Flowers are courtesy of Pamela Jean today, and thank you for the beautiful fall bouquet, this beauty which is absolutely a spiritual principle, as Sean A.B. Larkin reminds us. And so now I invite you to sit back and just let everything go. Just relax. Know that you're safe, you're here, you're welcome, you're loved. And I know that somewhere between this beautiful spiritual community, the music, the meditation, and the message is exactly what your heart came to receive.
Let's all take a big breath and sit back. Get ready for our quiet meditation time.
I will leave this world as it is, go inside to find my God. I will leave this world as it is, go inside to find my God. I will leave this world as it is, go inside to find my God. I will leave this world as it is, go inside to find my God. Inside there is peace, inside there is joy, inside there is more than enough. Inside there is peace, inside there is joy, inside there is sacred love. I will leave this world as it is, Go inside to find my love. I will leave this world as it is. Go inside to find my love. I will leave this world as it is. Go inside to find my love. I will leave this world as it is. Go inside to find my God. Go inside to find my God. Go inside to find my God.
And so it is this place that we feel now. We breathe into this space and we open ourselves to the recognition and the remembrance and the deep felt knowing that there is one and only one thing happening everywhere and all the time. It is the power and the presence and the infinite wisdom back of everything. The power in the wind, in the wave. It is the power and the presence in the life force itself that is coursing through our veins and the veins of the leaves of the trees as they fall. It is this life source that is indestructible and infinite. It simply changes form like the seasons. It is the universal creative intelligence, always at play. Always at play, and right here and right now. And it is in, through, and as all of its beloved creation that it is spinning everything into being through its desire. All of the galaxies and the planets and the stars and the people and the animals and the furries and the crawlies and everything. Everything is a unique embodiment of this one thing, known and called by many names, and yet is only one. I know that this means me. I'm an expression of this one, and as this is the truth of me, I know with every fiber of my being, it is the truth of everyone within the sound of my voice, everyone hearing this, everywhere on this beautiful globe we call Earth. Everyone is a unique embodiment of that very same power, that presence, and that wisdom. Everyone is a unique and magnificent expression, here by divine appointment to be their unique selves as only they can in this form. And so knowing this to be the truth of who we are, I call forth a prosperity beyond imagination and yet is as expansive as the billions of galaxies and the stars and the cosmic dust, the rain and the wind and the sun. All of this is for everyone. Everyone's spiritual birthright is prosperity. Prosperity in peace, in joy, in love. Just so much prosperity. We open to that infinite amount of it. We allow ourselves to imagine it and to feel it in our bones, knowing that it is ours for the choosing. And I affirm a willingness for everyone to say yes to this abundance in their lives, the lives of those around them, and indeed across this earth. Everyone prosperous, everyone at peace. I'm so grateful to know this to be the truth. And I release my word knowing that the word is creative power. I let it be, releasing it into that cosmic womb of infinite potential and possibility, that loving, law of unconditional love, always saying, yes, we let it be, and we welcome it to be by saying together, and so it is. And in the moments of meditation that follow, I invite you to sense and feel that infinite prosperity.
Lost touch with my soul. I had nowhere to turn, I had nowhere to go. Lost sight of my dream, thought it would be the end of me. I thought I'd never make it through. I had no hope to hold on to. I thought I would break. I didn't know my own strength, and I crashed down and I tumbled, but I did not crumble. I got through all the pain. I didn't know my own strength, survived my darkest hour. My faith kept me alive. I picked myself back up, hold my head up high. I was not built to break. I didn't know my own strength. No. Found hope in my heart. I found the light to light my way out of dark. Found all that I need here inside of me. I thought I'd never find my way. I thought I'd never live that way. I thought I would break. I didn't know my own strength, and I crashed down and I tumbled, but I did not crumble. I got through all the pain. I didn't know my own strength, so by my darkest hour, my faith kept me alive. I picked myself back up, hold my head up high. I was not built to break. I didn't know my own strength. There were so many times I wondered how I get through the night. So I took all that I could take. I didn't know my own strength, and I crashed down and I tumbled, but I did not crumble. I got through all the pain. Oh, I didn't know my own strength. My faith kept me alive. I picked myself back up. I hold my head up high. I was not built to break. I didn't know my own strength. No. I was not built to break. No, no. I got to know my own strength.
She's good. Woo-wee! Wow, Alexis, thank you. Thank you. Somebody's waving at me. Hi, Harris. Just so I'll wave at those online too. Well, now got everybody waving. Hi, everybody. And we got some wanting to dance. Oh, the joy. Thank you. And that goes with what we're talking about. You know, we live in an abundant universe, right? Catherine, without having seen my notes on today's talk, like basically gave you my talk already in her prayer. But I'm going to give it to you again with a few more words. But we do indeed live in an abundant universe, right? Everywhere we look in nature, we see this. There is unlimited beauty, unlimited peace, unlimited diversity of life that just kind of blows my mind. When we go to the ocean, we see waves and tides that just go on and on and on. It never ends. When we look to the cosmos, we see trillions and trillions of stars and galaxies and planets. And I believe there must be life out there somewhere. Other life forms just as diverse as they are here on this planet. And then we look at our own life experience, right, in those qualities and those experiences that we share with other people. Kindness, compassion, and love. And the miracle is, no matter how much of those we give away, there's always more. We, as a Center for Spiritual Living, we have as one of our declarations of principle this. We believe in the eternal goodness, the eternal loving kindness, and the eternal givingness of life to all. And our founder, Ernest Holmes, wrote, I look at the lavish wastefulness of nature and know that God intended me to be abundantly supplied with everything that makes for beauty, well-being, and happiness. So that is the nature of the universe, and yet we experience limitations in our lives of various sorts. Some of you today may be feeling some sort of limitation in some area of your life. Maybe it's financial resources, career opportunities, creative expression, friendship, even the experience of joy. And how is it that we experience these limitations while living in such an incredibly abundant universe? Well, first, a few things that this is not. It is not God withholding itself. It is not God punishing us. It is not God playing favorites. And it is not God answering some prayers, but not the prayers of others. It's none of that, because God doesn't play that way. Instead, what it is blocks that we put in our consciousness, or blocks that are embedded in our consciousness. This process starts almost immediately after birth, unfortunately, because we do not come into the world with these blocks, but they are created. Now, some of them we create ourselves, and some other people like to create for us and put into our consciousness. It starts when we're very young and we hear all these messages about limitations and lack and scarcity and unworthiness and all that. Fill in the blank there. Right? But we keep hearing these messages over and over and over until they get embedded in our psyches, until we unfortunately start believing them. And this creates blocks or flows or dams in that flow of goodness that is the natural order of the universe. Now, this is mostly an unconscious process, okay? We're not doing this deliberately, so no shame, no guilt, no blame, just an awareness that this probably happened. And the good news is we get to undo it. But first, let's look at what some of these blocks are. Some of them may resonate with you. Some of them may not. That's up for you to decide. But one block is a sense of unworthiness. I am not worthy of prosperity in any form, which can lead to self-sabotage. Self-sabotage in those things we say we're doing to bring about more prosperity of any sort, but we sabotage our own efforts because we believe we don't really deserve it. Another block is the belief that life is a zero-sum game. This is the belief that life is pie, or that goodness is a pie, right? The more one person gets, the less there is for somebody else, or one person's gain is another person's loss. This leads to feelings of guilt sometimes about our own prosperity. It can lead to feelings of jealousy about other people's prosperity, and it can lead to competition instead of cooperation, which really limits everybody's good. Another block is fear of loss, so we hoard what we have. Fear of success because it might change our life, and fear of failure, which can lead to procrastination and putting things off, right? Avoidance. Procrastination and avoidance around the things that if we did them, could bring more prosperity into our lives, but we're afraid. Another block, lack of gratitude for what we already have. You know, when we're not grateful for what we have, it means we're focused on lack. And if we're focused on lack, we cannot at the same time be focused on prosperity. Comparing ourselves to others. This is a block. We get jealous of other people. We feel inadequate. We're focused on other people so much and all the good things they have in their life that we don't have time or mental space or heart to focus on our own success, our own progress. And then there are just the general limiting beliefs about prosperity. These are many of the things we hear as children. Prosperity is bad for you. It will somehow corrupt your character. There's not enough to go around. Prosperity is for some people, but not everybody. There are the haves and have-nots, and there will always have the have-nots, and most of us are the have-nots. There's also this idea that it's selfish to be prosperous. And there's just not enough. Not only is prosperity a pie, but it's a really small pie. There's not enough to go around. And perhaps one of the biggest blocks that gets stuck in our consciousness is false beliefs about God and the nature of the universe and how it works. The false idea that we have to earn God's love and earn its givingness. It's not true. We are taught, if we pay attention to many spiritual traditions, that it is God's good pleasure to give to us. The second false belief many of us have is that we are to suffer in this life so we can have our reward in the afterlife. That if I suffer, the more I suffer now, the bigger my reward later. When the truth is, again, from many faith traditions that teach that heaven, the experience of heaven, the kingdom of God is here now and it is within us. We don't have to wait for our good. And we sure as heck don't have to suffer to be worthy of it. So these are the blocks. Now how do we remove them? That's what we really want to know, so we can experience more of that prosperity, more expansiveness. Well, we're going to turn to Jesus for a little lesson here, Jesus being one of the many great teachers humanity has been blessed with through the ages. He says, or is recorded to have said in the Gospel of Matthew, "For to him who has shall be given, and it shall increase to him. But to him who has not, even that which he has shall be taken away from him." Now, if you just look at that and nothing else, you think, wow, this is a pretty cruel system. This is another one of those messages we've heard time and time again, right? The rich get richer and the poor get poorer. That's not what Jesus is teaching. The man had way too much love in him to teach a cruel system like that. If we really want to know what Jesus was teaching, we have to look at the context of that statement and remember that Jesus was always talking about consciousness. He was always using parables and metaphors. So Jesus makes this statement right after sharing with his disciples the parable of the sower. This is about the farmer casting their seeds on different types of soil. For the farmer who spreads the seed on soil that has not been worked with, it's full of rocks and weeds, it's shallow, it's infertile, there's going to be a small harvest. But the farmer who casts their seeds on soil that they've taken time to work with, they've cleared the weeds, they've cleared the rocks, it's deep, rich soil. This is a farmer who reaps abundance, a rich harvest, right? So if you look at that, and then immediately after, Jesus says to he who has shall have more, and he who does not shall have less. And you know that Jesus is always talking about consciousness. What we realize is that when we have a poor soil of scarcity consciousness, not only will we have little, but we may very well lose what we have. But if we have a rich, fertile soil of prosperity consciousness, we will have even more. We will be more abundantly blessed. If we believe we have little, we will have little. If we believe we have much, we will have even more. So we remove the blocks to prosperity by transforming our consciousness. Now, when I say consciousness, I mean the sum total of our thoughts, attitudes, and beliefs. Thomas Troward, one of the early New Thought leaders, wrote, "Belief in limitation is the one and only thing that causes limitation, because we thus impress limitation upon the creative principle. And in proportion as we lay that belief aside, our boundaries will expand, and increasing life and more abundant blessing will be ours." The creative principle Troward is speaking of is the spiritual creative law of the universe. And it being a law, unlike our human-made laws, that's a whole other talk for another day. Don't get me started on that. For those of you who don't know, I was a lawyer for many years, so I have a lot to say about how imperfect our human laws are, but God's laws are perfect. And what this creative law means is it does not discriminate. Whatever we give it, it will respond to. That law responds by corresponding to the sum total of our thoughts, attitudes, and beliefs. It takes what we give it, and it makes it so. In other words, we reap what we sow. If we think and believe there's more than enough, no. If we think and believe prosperity is hard to come by, we're right. If we think and believe we're not worthy, we're right. If we think and believe there isn't enough, we're right. But the opposite is also true. We could choose to give different thoughts, attitudes, and beliefs to the law. If we think and believe that there's more than enough, we're right. If we think and believe we are worthy of good, prosperous lives, we are right. If we think and believe prosperity and abundance is just what God does, we are right. Now, I want to clarify one thing. When we change our consciousness, we are not changing the universe. We are not changing nature. We are not changing God. What we are changing is our experience of it. God in the universe is already abundant. God already loves us. God already wants to give us a good, rich life. And by rich, I mean rich in all the ways. Okay? When we change our consciousness, we change how we interact with it. It's like the difference between a closed fist and an open hand, right? If the flow of good comes up against a closed fist, it cannot receive much. A little bit might leak in there, a little bit here and there. but an open hand. That's a changed consciousness that's able to receive more. Now, this change in consciousness is not easy, and it's not quick. After all, these barriers took years to develop and embed in our consciousness. We should not expect that they will dissolve overnight. Which leads me to this. Building Prosperity Consciousness, a 40-day plan. I invite all of us to embark on this 40-day journey of transforming our consciousness on behalf of ourselves and on behalf of this community. You know, we as individuals and we in the collective have dreams, intentions. Changing our consciousness will help us achieve them. So this 40-day plan is intended to help us transform our consciousness. Why 40 days? For one, like I said, transformation takes time. And specifically 40, because 40 is a number that we see over and over in consciousness work and in transformational work across faith traditions. Consider all of these. Moses spent 40 days on Mount Sinai when he received the commandments and the laws. And by the way, there are a lot more laws than the 10 we always hear about. He received a host of laws that were meant to help the Israelites who had just escaped slavery in Egypt. These laws were meant to help the Israelites set up a society that was much kinder and more just for everyone. Also consider in the same Exodus story that the Israelites, after having escaped slavery, spent 40 years in the desert before they were delivered to the promised land. Why 40 years? Because it would take 40 years for a new generation to be born and raised with the consciousness of freedom. Jesus spent 40 days by himself in the desert, fasting and praying after his baptism and before he embarked on his ministry. He spent 40 days preparing his consciousness for this radical shift in his life. In Hinduism, many of the prayers have 40 stanzas, and the fasting rituals last 40 days. In Buddhism, the path of purification has 40 subjects on which people are to meditate to transform their lives. And lastly, the human gestation period is 40 weeks. It takes 40 weeks to create a new life. So that's why 40 days. Now this plan involves working with various affirmations, contemplating them, and then journaling on your insights. This is available printed out in the back of the sanctuary. There are copies. You can take one on your way home today. It's also available online at cslportland.org. It's free. It's for all of us to do, and I want us to do it together at the same time, starting tomorrow. Me, our board members, and our practitioners have already committed to doing this for the next 40 days, starting tomorrow. So I invite you to do this with us. And to give you a little taste of what's in here, I shared 2 of the affirmations. God is lavish, unfailing abundance, the rich, omnipresent substance of the universe. This all-providing source of infinite prosperity is individualized as me. It is the reality of me. Another one, I keep my mind and thoughts off this world, and I place my entire focus on God within as the only cause of my prosperity. I acknowledge the inner presence as the only activity in my affairs, as the substance of all things visible. I place my faith in the principle of abundance in action within me. So I invite you to invest in your own prosperity, to invest in this community's prosperity, and we begin tomorrow. Reverend Dr. Michael Beckwith said, "The truth is that there's more than enough good to go around. There are more than enough creative ideas. There is more than enough power. There is enough for everyone. If you believe it, if you can see it, if you can act from it, it will show up for you. That's the truth." So let's build our prosperity consciousness together with our time, with our hearts, with our commitment, so we can see it and feel it and believe it. We'll do this together. You are worthy. We are worthy. And to steal from the great Reverend Dr. Michael Beckwith, that's the truth. All right. As many of you know, this is a time when we go into prayer, and typically I say a prayer related to the talk, but today I want to address what's going on in our city. Portland's been in the news a lot lately, and I imagine many of you saw the news overnight about the protest and the violence. And I quite accidentally stumbled into that protest yesterday. Except I rolled in. I went out for a bike ride, and I chose a route that I very seldom take. Up until that time, I had no idea what this ICE facility is that I keep hearing about. But my route yesterday took me right by it. And I arrived in the afternoon just as what you saw on the news was beginning. And so I stopped and was a witness to that, and what I saw shocked my conscience and made me deeply sad. And as I left, I happened to walk rolling my bike along. I took a different path out of that space, and I saw 4 people sitting on the curb. While all this chaos was going around them, they were obviously in prayer and meditation. So that's my inspiration for this prayer today. Knowing peace for everyone involved in that situation. Everyone, the protesters, the police officers, the ICE officials, anybody who may have been in that building, anybody affected by it. The protesters and the counter-protesters. We want to know peace for all of them. And as I got home last night, I was reflecting on this more, and this came to me. That we show up in peace, as peace, and for peace. And what I mean by that, we show up in peace as an animosity towards no one. As peace, holding a peace consciousness. And for peace, meaning peace for everyone. Those protesters, those police officers, those detained, they have people who love them. And they have lives. And all of them deserve peace. So that is going to be our prayer today. And I invite you, if you would like, to stand and join me in this prayer. We take a stand as peace. Because peace is the divine quality at work here. That peace is always there. It is the very essence of God, along with love and wisdom and compassion and abundance. Today we show up knowing that we are expressions of that one life. And being expressions of that one life, we show up in peace, animosity towards none. We show up as peace, knowing the truth of peace for all involved. And we show up for peace for everyone. And now, we'll just take a moment of silence, and I invite everyone within the sound of my voice, in your own hearts, and in your way, and with your words, say a prayer of peace. We stand for peace. We stand for peace. We stand for peace. We see it. We feel it. We believe it. We let it be. And so it is. Thank you. You may be seated. Thank you. Right. And now is the time when we get to share from our abundance. And we get to share from our abundance in gratitude for what we have, in gratitude to be able to share it and to spread it and to be in the flow. I invite our ushers to come forward. In a moment, they will pass a basket to collect your loving gifts. You can also give online at cslportland.org. Let us bless these offerings as call and response. We bless these sacred gifts. Given graciously with love. These gifts bless, heal, and prosper all that they touch. In giving, we are grateful to be richly. Lavishly. And abundantly blessed. And so it is. Charlotte.
This one is a fun one, so feel free to get up and move along with me. I am unwritten, can't read my mind. I'm undefined. I'm just beginning, the pen in my hand, ending unplanned. Staring at the blank page before you, open up the dirty window, let the sun illuminate the words that illuminate the words that you cannot find. Reaching for something in the distance, so close you can almost taste it. Release your inhibition, feel the rain on your skin. No one else can feel it for you, only you can let it in. No one else can speak the words on your lips. Drench yourself with words unspoken. Today is where your book begins. The rest is still unwritten. Hey. Come on. Staring at the blank page before you, open up the dirty window. Let the sun illuminate the words that you cannot find. Reaching for something in the distance, so close you can almost taste it. Release your inhibition. I got lost, hold on. Can speak the words on your lips. Drench yourself with arms wide open. Today is where your book begins. Feel the rain on your skin. No one else can feel it for you, only you can let it in. No one else can speak the words on your lips. Drench yourself in words unspoken. Live your lives with arms wide open. Today is where your book begins. The rest is still unwritten. Oh, 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 oh. Thank y'all.
Woo! All right. Oh, Alexis, thank you. I think Alexis should come back again someday. Okay. See, I put you on the spot right there. It's the power of the platform. A couple things about this I forgot to say. No experience necessary, and everything you need is in this, okay? And I also forgot to say the reason we're doing it all together at the same time is so we can harness the power of community, all right? All right. Okay. Wow, man, I have some energy. If you would like to be lifted up in prayer, our practitioner prayer partners will be available after the service here in front of the platform to have a short affirmative prayer with you. You can also fill out a prayer request towards the back of the sanctuary, drop it in the box there. You can fill out a prayer request online at cslportland.org, and our prayer team will hold you in prayer throughout the week. For those who are joining us in our virtual community space, you too can have the benefit of prayer right after the service. There's a Zoom link in the chat. Click on that. It will take you to a Zoom room where a volunteer host will greet you and then put you in a private breakout room with one of our licensed practitioners. All right, let's stand as you are able, please, for our benediction. More call and response. Prosperity is flowing through me right now.
Prosperity is flowing through me right now.
It is this thing called life.
It is this thing called life.
It is in my mind.
It is in my mind.
It is in my body.
It is in my body.
And it is in my affairs. We think it.
We think it.
We believe it.
We believe it.
We accept it.
We accept it.
And that is the truth. All right. If at any time in the coming week you don't feel it, or you feel alone, you feel forgotten, Just close your eyes. Take a breath. Go within to find your God, as we sang at the beginning of the service, and know that you are never forgotten. And you always belong just as you are and just where you are. And so it is.
All right, let's sing our closing song, Blessed Always. Blessed always, blessed always, for the arms of God surround us. Let our joy be so triumphant that we rest in God and say amen. Blessed always, blessed always, for the arms of God surround us. Let our joy be so triumphant that we rest in God and say amen. Let our joy be so triumphant that we rest in God and say amen. Rest in God and say amen.
We hope you enjoyed today's podcast. If you happen to be in the Portland, Oregon area, we'd love to have you visit in person. The Portland Center for Spiritual Living is located at 6211 Northeast Martin Luther King Jr. Boulevard. Our inspirational service is at 11 a.m. every Sunday. We also have many programs, classes, and workshops developed just for our online audience. To find out more, go to our website at cslportland.org and look under the online tab. We have a variety of content dedicated specifically for our podcast listeners. Our mission is to open hearts, ignite minds, and make a difference. If you'd like to support our center and its podcast, you can donate online at cslportland.org/donate. Our website is also the place to learn more about what's going on at the center or to contact us. Allow us to become part of your extended spiritual community. Wherever you are in your spiritual journey, you are most welcome at the Center for Spiritual Living.